Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, December 6th, 2021. So this will have covered, I guess that would be the week of the November 29th through December 5th of 2021. I did not have my calendar up then. Man, we're into the last month of the year. This year feels like it's gone by a little bit faster. So, this was a very successful week overall, but first I will go ahead and say a couple of things. I am starting on this Goosebumps DLC. I've beaten the first of 3 chapters. It's not fun. It's annoying. I'm gonna say that. I don't understand their reasoning behind putting that into the game. But I'm through the first mission. I just didn't really have time to play this weekend. As you guys might have seen, I was kind of AFK all weekend on gaming and trophy hunting. I just ended up being really busy, as on Saturday, let's see, on Saturday I was hanging out with a bunch of friends and we had a really good time. We were playing Drunk Mario Party. Oh, that was a good time. That's the most fun I've had in a while with like a big group of people, so that was a good time. And then Sunday I wasn't feeling particularly good, and then I wake up today, Monday, and I have a sore throat, like a fairly sore throat on one side of my throat, which makes no sense whatsoever. So hopefully that alleviates soon. I won't be talking too much in this, hopefully. But we have a lot to cover this week. So first and foremost, we've got Gaps by Palgi. This is one of the couple of games I started working on last week. Or I mean the week before, but just didn't finish because I just wanted to be able to set up a bunch of platinums in a row so I can make sure that 555 was done on this past Friday. So, for this game, Gaps by Palgi, basically you have like a list of words and you have to fill in the letter for the gap in the word, and those letters work together to spell out a new word. This is definitely one of the quicker and easier Palgi games out there. If you follow a guide, you can beat this one in half an hour. So let's see, first puzzle was at 10:40 p.m. Let's see what my latest trophy was on the 28th. Probably, I think that one? Yeah, it looks like it was probably, no, it was a little bit further than that. Let's see. It looks like, yeah, it took me about 30 minutes approximately to get all the other trophies. So, yeah, very quick and easy game, but you just have to solve 50 total puzzles, which is going to get you a majority of your trophies. You also have to solve the final puzzle, which is puzzle number 150, so you also have to solve that one. You have to spend at least a minute at any point considering your next move, which just means hold still on any screen for a minute and you'll be good to go. This one is for spelling any bad or naughty word on a puzzle. I did it on a 5-letter puzzle. There's probably a couple of words you could put in there, but I did it for a 5-letter puzzle. I'm sure that there are plenty of other options, though. You have to solve a puzzle without making a single mistake, which is going to be very easy with a guide. You have to fill in all the gaps in a puzzle incorrectly, and then you also have to use Fix to correct 8 mistakes at the same time. You can pretty much get all of these trophies together just by going to one of the 8-letter puzzles. And on one of those, just fill in all the wrong letters, like just put in all X's or something. And then just use Fix to simultaneously fix all of them and get a few trophies at once. You also have to solve a puzzle in under 60 seconds, which is super easy with a guide. You have to reset a puzzle back to the beginning, which is a little bit weird. I think you just have to fill in all the letters and then hit the undo button enough times to empty them all out. You have to solve a puzzle with 5, 6, 7, and 8 gaps, which are all going to be unmissable. And then you have to fill in gaps to make certain words. So I don't remember how many of these you're going to get naturally. I want to say maybe everything through here you're going to get while solving the first 50 puzzles. And then the remaining ones will have to be solved otherwise. They're all in specific puzzles further down the list. But once again, just simply follow a guide and you'll be good to go. You got a platinum trophy in half an hour. This one does not have a Vita version, it's just PS4 and PS5, so keep that in mind. Next up, Jigsaw Finale. This is a Jigsaw puzzle game. Now this is one of those games where the game doesn't actually tell you what to do for each particular trophy. But to get this platinum trophy, and that's some very poorly... Well, you know what? I give them credit because their trophy images might not be the most... I guess you could say most high quality, but they're better than some games out there, even like major titles, so I give them credit for at least putting in like a little bit of effort. But anyway, to get this platinum trophy, all you have to do is solve a grand total of 20 puzzles, and that is going to unlock all the trophies for you. Lots of good, easy gold trophies. So let's see, 11:38 p.m. and 11:12 p.m. So it took me a little bit under 30 minutes to get all the trophies except for the final one. So yeah, you can do this Platinum Trophy in under half an hour. You don't need a guide or anything. The controls are a little bit finicky. Just make sure that every time you solve a puzzle, you solve a completely different one. So I recommend going down the list of countries, I believe it is. Let's see if I can get to zoom in on this image and I can show you guys what I mean by that. So where you see theme there, that's where you just want to use a different country or different theme every single time, and that'll get you like 15 or 16. And then for the remaining few, just change the images around and you're good to go. Only ever do the 4x4 puzzles. There's no point of doing anything bigger. So yeah, very quick and easy Platinum Trophy. I've done most of the Jigsaw puzzle games. I think there's one more that I want to do. And there's maybe one that's like apparently brutally difficult that might have been a PS3 game, which means it may not have come from these guys. So, next up, Aliens Colonial Marines. That Platinum Trophy is almost done. I have not yet started on Stasis. I'm going to actually be working on that this week, but I've nearly completed everything. Now, I actually ended up completing the final 4 missions of the story on Ultimate Badass alone, because Ghost and Simon had managed to clear it before I did, because I was really lazy and a terrible person that blew off everyone multiple times recently. I just got busy with other stuff, though, like I've said before, but I still feel kind of bad about that. But at least they got theirs done, and I got mine done. Ultimate Badass is really not that hard outside of a few sections. I mean, I died a few times for sure on these last 4 levels, but for the most part, there's nothing really to worry about. The final boss fight's kind of hilarious because it's like kind of not really a boss. It's more of a puzzle, which is really weird. I will say, though, for Ultimate Badass, this mission is a pain. This one, you're almost certainly going to have to do in co-op. I can't tell if there's that many differences between solo and co-op. I think in solo, you might have just a little bit more health. The enemies go down a little bit quicker, but the enemy numbers are the same. And there's also more... Well, if you're in co-op, I think they give you more pickups, but then you obviously have to fight over them. And also on Ultimate Badass, probably one of the worst parts of it is that there's no HUD on the screen, which is actually more annoying than I thought it would be. I know it's meant to make it a little more realistic, but it had some times where it got on my nerves a little bit. But really, Ultimate Badass is not that hard. If you've beaten Call of Duty games on Veteran, you can certainly do most of this one solo, just 1 or 2 sections, maybe not. So you have to complete all campaign missions on Ultimate Badass. Now we start getting to some miscellaneous trophies, and I've earned a few of these already, but this one is actually one of the tougher ones in the game. This one gave me a lot more trouble than I thought it would. You have to defeat all the Xenos in the first mission in the hangar bay without them crossing the little barrier. So I actually struggled with this one. This one took me a good probably half hour of attempts because I just kept, one of them would just keep managing to sneak over, even on recruit. So that one was a little bit annoying. I would actually probably recommend doing this one in co-op if you can. It will make your life easier. This is on maybe like the 3rd or 4th or 5th mission, so this is a collectible item. I've got a trophy guide. I've got a video saved for it that I can get it on, because I haven't found all the collectibles yet, but I'm close. That's actually a story-related trophy that's way out of order. I don't understand when games do that. Let's see, I already had that one. This one is going to be a pain, but thankfully you can actually make it easier on yourself by deleting the in-game patches, because on PS3 that was significantly easier to do. So if you delete the patch and play it on whatever the first patch was, or whatever you want to call it, just play it in its base game version and do that, then this is apparently a lot easier, which I guess... I mean, it probably wouldn't be terrible in co-op, but it's at the end of the mission, which is really stupid. You'll need a stopwatch for it and everything. And this fight was really, really annoying on Ultimate Badass. Like I said, that was definitely the hardest part of the game for us. We were stuck there forever. Let's see, what's this trophy? That's another collectible secret item. Maybe I'll save that one. No, I won't save that one for last, because I got other ones to worry about. Let's see, I have not reached rank 60 yet. I'm ranked like 46 or 47, I think. So I don't think I'll quite get to 60, because I think it's like twice as long from 46 to 60 as it is from 1 to 45 or something. But I still got to do the whole DLC, so that's kind of good. The dog tags I found most of, but still missing a few. I got all the legendary weapons, though. Finished that one off this past week. Then, let's see, completed all the challenges. That was a huge one for this past week. Finally finished all the challenges. They're annoying, but most of them are not too difficult because a lot of them can be done in the campaign in just very specific areas of the campaign. And a few of them are definitely easier and best done in the multiplayer. Of course, you got your 2 multiplayer trophies right there. You also have to edit a Marine and Xenomorph loadout, which are technically online-based trophies. Same with this one. This one's actually, no, that's not online. Upgrade all the appearance slots. That's all fairly easy once you have enough commendations. Let's see. Yep, already had that one. 12 audio logs. I think I've got 11 of them. I think I'm missing like 1. Let's see. Had this one already. Had this one already. Had this one done. That one was done. Okay, here's another one. 3 enemies with a single firebomb. There's a few places you can do this. You might be able to do it in that Xenomorph corridor with the smart gun on the 4th mission. I think I did it against the humans. And it took more effort than I thought it would just because they didn't want to group up together, but not really difficult overall. Let's see, any other trophies earned this week? Yep, here's another one. Melee a lurker as it's pouncing towards you. I might have gotten this one by accident, actually. No, wait, I didn't get this one by accident. I just did it in the very first mission on, like, the very first Xenomorph and just kept meleeing it on the recruit difficulty until I eventually got a lucky hit, so nothing much to worry about there. Kill that large number of Xenomorphs. This one, apparently, the DLC also counts toward this, so I'm not too worried about it. And I think for leveling up, you're just supposed to replay the last mission of the game. And yeah, that's it for that. Then, of course, there's the Stasis Interrupted DLC, which I haven't started yet. It's 4 more missions, and you do have to beat them on Ultimate Badass. I think it is considered to be a little bit harder, but I don't think it'll be terrible. So yeah, made fantastic progress in Aliens. I'll have it done by the end of the month, and therefore the end of the year, absolutely. Next up, we had Memory Lane 2. This is a memory matching game, and it's extremely easy. It took me, it looks like 9 minutes to get the platinum, but you can certainly do it a little bit faster. Basically, all you have to do is match pairs of tiles to one another, and you have to score a total of 20,000 points to earn all the trophies. I believe it's 1 trophy per 1,000 points. It might be slightly different, but the final trophy unlocks right around 20,000 points, so it's going to depend on your own memory abilities and a little bit of luck as to whether or not you can manage to get some lucky matches at the beginning of a level. Because at the beginning of a level, obviously, you might have, 10 to 20 tiles upside down, so you have to just get a couple lucky matches. And the more you get correct in a row, you'll get, like, big point bonuses, but if you miss one, you'll lose a few points, so it can take a little bit longer for some people, but I would say any player should be able to get this done. Well, any player will be able to get this done in 5 to 15 minutes, and it's usually going to take around 10, unless you get a little bit luckier. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. I've done the other one before. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Here, we've got a game that is one of those, I would argue, is not good for trophy hunting at all. This is a visual novel game, but this is a Ratalaika visual novel game, which means no effort has to be put in to obtain your platinum trophy. It's not the fastest of the Ratalaika platinums, or I mean the, whatever you want to call them, visual novels, but I will say that I'm gonna try really not to do visual novels really anymore, just because it's not good for trophy hunting to keep doing these. Because this one, all you have to do is just beat the game, and you'll unlock all the trophies along the way. For each of these journal volumes, you have to press circle when you get to a stopping screen, like where the game just stops forwarding, and you have to press circle and then just continue on. But, like, that's the only effort that has to be put into the game, so you can just skip through everything. And that's not what visual novels are supposed to be about. So they're supposed to be storytelling. They're not supposed to be just basically instant, quick, easy platinum trophies. Because let's see, 3:55 p.m. was that my first trophy? Yeah, so it took me 13 minutes to get the platinum, and you could certainly do it faster on the PS5 version because the game plays better. So yeah, it's a 10 to 15 minute platinum trophy at most, and on PS5 it's well under 10 minutes. So yeah, this is the kind of game that is not helping us as trophy hunters, and it's also probably devaluing the idea of other visual novel games out there that are well-liked in other regions, maybe even in parts of the US they're well-liked. So definitely not helping to have games like this out there. It's why I've sort of stopped doing European stacks of games. I have like 5 or 6 European versions of games that I purchased like 2 years ago that I still have to do, but that's about it. So yeah, not particularly happy that they decided on that to keep making these visual novel games that are like this, and there's quite a few others. So maybe I'll try to cut back on those, or at the very least I won't be doing any European versions of them, so it'll just ever be a PS4 version and maybe PS5 if I can ever, manage to get a PS5. Next up, Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition, set number 2. I finished off expansion pack 15. This is the newest DLC for Minecraft. I knocked this one out in just a couple of minutes because it's Cookiest Monster, I believe is his name. I need to try to remember to link his PSN profile in the description because he is awesome for making a trophy realm that has most of the trophies in it. Like, pretty much all the DLC trophies or most of the DLC trophies and pretty much all of the base game trophies. There's only a handful you can't get in his world, so definitely go give him some love. Hopefully I'll remember to put his PSN profile in the description. Because it's awesome that he built us all a realm. I mean, I'm sure he did it with other people as well, but he's the one that I know of that made it. So, for this DLC, you have to free fall from the top of the world, so the build limit to the bottom of the world, which actually probably wouldn't be too difficult, because I'm sure that you could just put either a bouncy block, so a slime block, or even just water at the bottom, and it would probably count, but there's a good setup in that trophy world, obviously. You have to trade with a villager at the build height limit, which is really dumb because it's not going to be the easiest to get a villager up to the top, unless you had like a good piston system or something maybe. Then you have to use a jukebox and a music disc in a new biome. On the meadows, that's a new biome, so that's actually fairly straightforward. That one might not give people as much trouble. And then you have to take a Strider for a ride on lava in the overworld for a long distance. It's 50 meters. So that one, I'm not really sure how that would work in a normal world, but thankfully that trophy world has everything set up. Now, I do want people to know that are maybe newer to my channel that when it comes to that trophy world, I actually did do pretty much everything before this DLC legitimate, before I even knew that that realm existed. So everything from the base game in the first 13 packs, I did legitimately. A couple of them I might have joined into someone else's actual world, but I've never used trophy realms before this. But at this point, it's getting so ridiculous with how many DLCs there are for this game. Obviously, it's not the most DLCs of any game out there, and they've slowed down a lot, and there probably won't be too many more. But it's still a thing, and it takes up time, and I just don't have time to keep going back to Minecraft and learning all the new stuff and making special new worlds for everything. So, would highly recommend checking out the Trophy Realm. And finally, we obtained Platinum Trophy number 555 in Battlefield 5. I obtained it live on stream on this past Friday. That was a lot of fun. That was a great stream, had a lot of people in there. All I had left to do was beat the final mission on the highest difficulty, and thankfully none of the trophies glitched like they have been known to do, to where you'd have to watch all the cutscenes again. So to get the Platinum Trophy, you have to finish all 3 war stories on the highest difficulty. That is going to get you your first 6 trophies here. It's not really that difficult because, well, I say that it's not as easy as Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1, because hardcore in this game it's definitely a bit of a step up. It's nothing unbearable, obviously, but it's definitely harder than I expected it to be. And it doesn't feel like it plays that well, because it feels like you die almost instantly and there's infinite spawning enemies in a lot of places. And sometimes it looks like you're supposed to be hitting them when you don't. It doesn't feel like a very well-designed hard mode. But, thankfully they didn't make you do the DLC mission. I don't know how bad that would have been, because I'm sure that would have been pretty annoying if you had to do that one as well. So it's definitely one of the tougher hardcore modes in a Battlefield game, at least recently. It's definitely tougher than 4, definitely tougher than 1. I assume it's probably tougher than Hardline. I'd put it on par with Battlefield 3, maybe a little bit harder actually than Battlefield 3, just because of the long distance between checkpoints in a lot of missions. I don't know about Bad Company 1 or 2 and how they stack up. But I mean, overall, the Platinum Trophy's not, too terribly difficult. It's like a 4.5 out of 10, I would say. So it's maybe a little bit harder than a couple of the others. Nice thing, though, is that you can boost all the multiplayer trophies in, I think it's like a community games feature. It's basically like renting servers, but it's free, but you need 4 people to do it. So you have to get 10 kills with secondary weapons in a round. I got that one. I got most of these trophies, actually, legitimately, with one exception, and you guys probably know what that one is. But this one was definitely annoying to do legitimately. Definitely recommend doing this one while boosting. 10 kills in a round is very easy. That's not going to be a problem. 10 flags and front lines is easy if you can get into a front lines match. because that's not the easiest thing to do. You have to play a round of Conquest on each launch map, which can take some time to get to all of them, just because there's quite a few and some of them are kind of dead at times. Then this is, of course, the trophy that pretty much everyone has to boost unless they're really, really good in a plane. You have to destroy 5 manned stationary weapons while using an airplane. Much easier said than done. That's definitely the hardest multiplayer trophy in this game, and definitely one that you're going to want to boost. Roadkill 5 enemies is pretty easy, even just doing it normally. Kill 30 enemies is very easy. 2 reinforcements in a round is very easy. 10 fortifications in a round is very easy. Fully suppress 5 enemies is pretty easy. 100,000 score as a medic, assault, support, and recon, so 100,000 for each, plus 500,000 total as a player. None of these are particularly hard, and I'm sure that there's ways you can boost them, but you should get them naturally while just playing, because it's not really that high of a number. You can just speed it up if you boost it. Then you have to have 3 squad members spawn on you. Doesn't have to be done in a single match, so very easy. And 10 squad revives, also very easy. So, nothing overly difficult in this game overall, but just, it's a little bit of a step up from Battlefield 1 in terms of its base game and all. And I'd say it's probably a little bit of a step up from, well, Battlefield 4 barely even had any multiplayer trophies in the base game. And then Hardline, of course, had pretty brutal DLC. Thankfully, this game never got any DLCs, and it never will now that Battlefield 2042 is out. So we don't actually have to worry about it getting later DLC trophies, which is really nice. But yeah, that was, I'm glad to have that one done. It's been sitting in the backlog for a while now. So, now that trophies are synced up, level 749, 23%, 21,680 total trophies, 555 platinums, 3,362 golds, 5,824 silvers, 11,939 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week, and probably for the rest of 2021 while we're at it. Obviously, want to finish Aliens Colonial Marines, and will have it done by the end of the month for sure. Same with the Goosebumps DLC. And I'm also going to bump up Borderlands 3 and try to get it done sooner than later, purely because with that game, I actually bought the DLCs recently when they were on sale. I just went ahead and did it, because I was hoping to play it while I was home for Thanksgiving, but just didn't end up having the time for it. So, I'm going to try to knock out all of those this month. I also, of course, want to work on The Division, possibly. I always talk about that. I've been mentioning that for years now. GTA 5, maybe, because I have friends, again, that kind of want to do the heists and stuff. I think we could definitely knock out the remaining heist trophies for the base game heist, and the 6 easier trophies from the, what's it called, the Doomsday heist. So, most of it wouldn't be that difficult, because he's fairly good at the game, and he's got a really good character. But it would be just those last 2 trophies in the Doomsday heist that give me a lot of concern. And then, of course, Battlefield 1943 is also up there. I need to see when Ghost and Simon and Mac want to boost it. If we need to boost it. I don't know if we will need to. I need to just see how populated it is and stuff. And then in January, we will jump over to hopefully getting started on Black Ops 3 and The Division 2, which are mostly going to be things I do on my own or find other people for. I know I've talked about those for a while now. I've had to push things back a lot, but we might be on track to finish all these December games, which would be very nice, or at least make good progress in them. And then, of course, in 2022, we've got a couple more online games that we're still planning on starting, like Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City for the PS3, Dead Island Riptide for the PS4, but those are a lot further down on the list for priority because those guys are going through their games more alphabetically, I think. COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, the remainder of the Uncharted 3 trophies, the Conan Exiles DLC, Outer Worlds and DLC, and then just a bunch of other, like, random games that I have laying around that I need to work on at some point. And, of course, plenty of other quick and easy platinum trophies are on the list right now. And I know I had talked at one point about maybe going on a bit of a break after I got 555, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, with the holidays and all coming up, it might be the right time to take it a little bit slower because I don't think that I'm supposed to start any new major boosts until the next year. So it might be a good time to just go back, play a few things casually, maybe work on a few of these old single-player games and get them knocked out while I can. I know what my 600th Platinum is going to be. It's a PS3 game. It's not overly time-consuming. It's the one I originally talked about doing for 550. It's like a 20-hour Platinum, I think, and it's not too terribly difficult. It's very fitting for the being in the 600s now. So yeah, that's going to be something to look forward to. But definitely over this coming week, I want to finish off Goosebumps and maybe finish off Aliens and maybe get started on one of those other games, but we will have to see. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. I don't know what my schedule is going to look like this week. I need to make sure that whatever is causing my sore throat is not something actually bad, and hopefully it's just the allergies that I get at this time of year every year. I think that's what it is, but you never know these days. It's all got to concern yourself that it could be anything else, including a certain virus that is not allowed to be mentioned on YouTube. So yeah, hopefully I'll still be able to stream or game some this week. I've got a couple of recipe videos left. I got one more Forbidden Siren video left, and a few other probably random miscellaneous videos in the future. I really need to get around to editing the next challenge rundown and just finishing those out, because this is like the longest one I have left. So, again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later this week for some more content.